Good morning, students. Welcome to history class. Dear students, we are learning about the first phase of India's national movement, or the phase of the early nationalists, no? And we have learned who were the early nationalists. A group of leaders, they lead the Congress from 1885 to 1907. And this period was one of the first phase of India's freedom movement. First phase means the first period of the national movement, 1885 to 1907. And we have learned the famous leaders of this wing of leaders were we have learned about Dadabhai Naoroji was there, Dadabhai Naoroji, Gopalakrishna Gokhale, Rash Bihari Ghosh, Surendradar Banerjee, okay, Madan Mohan Malaviya, many were there, no? So, please remember, we are in the phase of the early nationalist, 1885 to 1907. And then, according to the revised syllabus of our subject, so we have to learn only the objectives of this wing of leaders, their methods, their demands. And now, two contributions of Dadabhai Naoroji, Gopalakrishna Gokhale, and Surendradar Banerjee. These are remaining. Two contributions. Okay, we will learn about the contributions of Dadabhai Naoroji. Dadabhai Naoroji was also known as the Grand Old Man of India. Okay, he was from Maharashtra. Popularly known as the Grand Old Man of India, was born in a Parsi family in Mumbai on September 4, 1825. He worked as a professor of mathematics in Elphinstone College, Mumbai for 10 years. Initially he was a teacher, no? Then in 1855 he left the teaching profession and went to England as a partner in a firm. In 1869 he returned to Mumbai. He was elected to the Mumbai Municipal Corporation and later to the Town Council. He founded the Bombay Association, edited the newspaper Rast Goptar, Speaker of the Truth, in meaning. He started a magazine, Dharma Marg Darshak. He started movements against the Vernacular Press Act and the atrocious treatment of poor peasants by Zamindars. Okay, already we have learned about the Vernacular Press Act. The Britishers introduced an act in the country to control the Indian newspapers. Already we have learned. Okay. So, Dadabhai Naoroji started movements against the Vernacular Press Act and the atrocious cruel treatment of poor peasants by the Zamindars. He was against this. And now, we will learn about the contributions of Dadabhai Naoroji. Any two contributions you have to remember. So, he was the unofficial ambassador, India's unofficial ambassador, representative of President of India in other countries, no, ambassador. Now, okay, Dadabhai Naoroji was the unofficial ambassador during his stay in England. He went to England, we have learned, no, and started a factory or company there. During that time, Dadabhai was looked upon as India's unofficial ambassador fighting for the cause of his country. In 1865, he founded the London India Society in collaboration with W.C. Banerjee to publicize grievances of Indians in order to present Indians' demand before the British Parliament, before the British citizens. He and W.C. Banerjee started London India Society. He was the first Indian to become the member of the British House of Commons in England. From 1892 to 95, he was the member of the British Parliament. During this time, he brought to the notice of the House important matters led to India. He presented the important matters in the House. He was in favor of appointing educated Indians to high posts. It was due to his efforts that in 1893 the House of Commons, British Parliament has two houses, House of Commons and House of Lords. Okay, in 1893 the House of Commons passed a resolution in favor of holding the ICS examination in England and India simultaneously. Another achievement of Dadabhai Naoroji. In 1866, he founded the East India Association in London. The East India Association soon became popular and its branches were set up in Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. Another contribution. Okay, East India Association. He founded the East India Association in 1866 and his role in the Congress. Dadabhai's role in the Congress was praiseworthy. Praiseworthy. Then he took an active part in foundation of the Indian National Congress and was elected its president 3 times. In 1886, 1893 and 1906. And during this period, resolutions of self-government, boycott, Swadeshi and national education were passed by the Congress. When he was the president, the Congress passed these resolutions. Another achievement of Dadabhai Naoroji. The credit for demanding Swaraj from the Congress platform for the first time, that is in 1906, goes to him. In his presidential address, he said that the Congress wanted a self-government or Swaraj like that of the United Kingdom or the colonies. He raised the demand for self-government. And another achievement of Dadabhai Naoroji, he showed the economic ills of India, exposed. As an economist thinker, he came to the conclusion that the root cause for the economic ills of India was the British exploitation. According to him, Dadabhai Naoroji was a famous economist also. He said the root cause for India's economic backwardness was the exploitation of India by the British. Dadabhai's view on the economy are given in his work entitled Poverty and Un-British Rule in India, a famous book. In his book, his famous train theory explained how India's wealth was being trained to England through various ways. Poverty and Un-British Rule. He wrote many books. Poverty and Un-British Rule in India and Poverty of India. In these books, he clearly explained the reason for India's backwardness. And Dadabhai passed away in 1917. 1917. Please remember few contributions made by Dadabhai Naoroji. Now, we will learn about the contributions of Gopalakrishna Gokhale. Gopalakrishna Gokhale was born at Kolhapur in Maharashtra in 1866. He was a professor of history and economics at Fergusson College in Pune. Fergusson College established in 1884 by the Deccan Education Society. During that time, James Fergusson, the governor of Bombay, who donated money, that is why Fergusson College. And Gopalakrishna Gokhale was a teacher and professor of history and economics at Fergusson College, Pune. He was influenced by the ideals of Justice M.G. Ranade. He joined the Deccan Education Society founded by Justice Ranade. Deccan Education Society founded in 1884. On behalf of the society, he went to England to propagate Indian views before the Welby Commission. Welby Commission, Lord Welby was the permanent secretary of the Treasury, a civil service. Welby Commission. In 1895, the Royal Commission on the Administration of Expenditure of India, commonly known as the Welby Commission, was set up to look into Indian expenditure. A Welby Commission. Okay, commission. The state government established a commission, a Welby Commission. Okay. He was awarded the title of CIE, Companion of the Indian Empire. Okay. And Gokhale became the most popular leader of the Indian National Congress. He presided the session of the Congress, Varanasi session of the Congress in 1906. Having faith in British liberalism, he said the goal of the Congress should be the attainment of a form of government similar to that which existed in the self-governing colonies of the British Empire. Self-government already we already know. Okay, now his contributions. Gokhale favored the use of constitutional means to achieve his goals. He opposed the policies of the British government whenever necessary. He was not a blind supporter of the British government. He opposed the British policies whenever necessary. He criticized the government on issues such as incurring huge expenditure on the British army. Gokhale criticized this. Adopting the policy of racial discrimination in appointments to high posts. He was against this also. Imposing production tax on cotton. He made a strong appeal for the reform of the Legislative Council and separation of judiciary from the executive. Then, he played an important role in the passage of the Minto Model reforms. Minto Model reforms, okay, or the Government of India Act, okay, that we will learn afterwards. The Minto Model reforms, okay. Then he also served as a member of the Indian Public Service Commission and urged it to increase the share of Indians in higher services. During his visit in England, he tried to persuade the British statesmen not to give effect to the partition of Bengal. This partition of Bengal we will learn in another video. 1905 Lord Curzon divided Bengal into two. We will learn the reason for the partition and the reactions of the people of Bengal, okay, against the partition. And now another contribution is Servants of India Society. Okay. Servants of India Society founded by Gokhale on June 12, 1905. Gokhale set up the Servants of India Society in 1905. The main aim of the society was to train national leaders who would dedicate themselves to the service of India. Some of the important members of the society were Srinivas Shastri and Hridaynath Kunchru. Okay. Anyway, Servants of India Society, another contribution is made by Gopalkrishna Gokhale. The establishment of a society, Servants of India Society, to train national leaders who would dedicate themselves to the service of India. That was the Servants of India Society. And role as a member of the Imperial Legislative Council. Imperial Legislative Council was the legislature for British India from 1861 to 1947. Okay. It succeeded the Council of the Governor General of India and was succeeded by the Constituent Assembly of India, and after 1950 was the Parliament of India, Imperial Legislative Council. Okay. In 1902, Gokhale became the member of the Imperial Legislative Council. He pleaded in the council for reduction in salt duty and the abolition of excise duty on cotton goods. His demands. His relentless efforts led to reduction in toll tax. He tried to introduce a bill with a view to make primary education compulsory, but he could not achieve much success in it. Being an economist, he demanded radical changes in the fiscal policy, financial policies, and better jobs for the educated middle class. When he was the member of the Imperial Legislative Council, he made these demands in the legislature. He impressed upon the government to reduce the land revenues. Okay. Then Gokhale died on February 15, 1915, when his popularity was at its peak. And you will learn Gokhale and Gandhiji. Gokhale went to South Africa where he helped Gandhiji in his fight against racial discrimination. The credit of pursuing Gandhiji returned India and joined public life also goes to Gokhale. In fact, Gandhiji accepted Gokhale as his political mentor, a guru. Okay. Now the third popular leader, Surendranath Banerjee and his contribution. Okay. Surendranath Banerjee and his contribution. Surendranath Banerjee was a nationalist leader, popular journalist, and a dedicated educationist. He was born in Bengal in 1848. He was the first Indian to qualify for the Indian Civil Service examination. He worked as a magistrate in Assam, but he was soon dismissed because he opposed the policy of racial discrimination followed by the British. He was against the policy of racial discrimination. That is why he resigned that post. Surendranath Banerjee began his career as a professor of English at the Metropolitan College in Calcutta. Okay. Established in 1872. Now it is known as the Vidyasagar College. Okay. He set up his own school which later developed into Ripon College. Surendranath Banerjee elected to the Calcutta Corporation and remained its member for nearly 2 decades. He was elected to the Bengal Legislative Council 4 times. In 1921, he was appointed as a Minister of Self-Government and helped by the Governor of Bengal. He was first Indian to hold that position. And he advocated use of constitutional methods for the attainment of India's goals. His famous sayings was, opposition where necessary, cooperation where possible. And his contributions, we will learn 2 contributions. Established the Indian Association to fight against the wrong policies of British. He founded the Indian Association in 1876. Contributions. His aim were to educate the people to create a strong public opinion in the country and to arouse political consciousness and unity. Okay. In order to educate the people to create a strong public opinion in the country and to arouse political consciousness and unity, Surendranath Banerjee established the Indian Association, a contribution, and created an All India political organization. In order to create an All India political organization, Surendranath Banerjee convened the Indian National Congress in 1883 at Kolkata. Okay. Surendranath Banerjee's Indian National Congress merged with the Indian National Congress in 1886 as both organizations had the same objective. That is why he presided over 2 sessions of the Congress in 1895 and 1902, President of Indian National Congress. All India political and now political ideas. Banerjee edited a newspaper, Bengali, which served as a powerful medium for mobilizing public opinion. His book, Nation in the Making, gives an account of his political concern and his views about self-government. Banerjee started agitations against the Vernacular Press Act, License Act, Arms Act, and against lowering the age from 21 to 19 years to appear in the ICS examination, Indian Civil Service examination. He opposed the Minto reforms. Introduced separate electorates. That is 1909. No. Minto reform electorate is separate. Introduced separate electorates for the Hindus and the Muslims. We will learn this another lesson. He also opposed the division of Bengal by Lord Curzon in 1905. Banerjee, popularly known as the father of the Indian nationalism, breathed his last in 1925. So we have completed the lesson, dear students. Please revise according to the latest syllabus. I have explained the lesson. Okay. So contributions of three leaders. Any two contributions of the three leaders. Okay, that you have to remember. Please read the textbook and remember the points. For that, you have to read the lessons many times. Now there is time now. Okay. Thank you very much.